Optimism isn't sunshine and rainbows. It's fixing things, changing the way we fix things. It's running the world on smarter energy. Because if optimism never stops, then change can't either. GE Vernova, the energy of change.
Getting ready to step into your career era? Set yourself apart with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Hone your skills with apps like Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and more. Powered with the latest in creative AI. Students save over 55% so you can build a portfolio you're proud of. Launch your future with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Visit adobe.com/students to learn more.
This is Another Side of Midnight with TJ McCormack. Now to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC. Here's TJ McCormack.
And hello there. Good morning. Hello, family. How are you? This is Another Side of Midnight with TJ McCormack on the Red Apple Audio Networks. And we are rolling on into a Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning. Yeah. All is well. We play this song as a service to anyone in a car at 11, 12, 1, or 2 in the morning here in America. And if you happen to be on a highway and you know that there's no cops, at least in sight, and if you're coming up on a slowpoke or a semi and you have a safe space to do so, punch it!
Driving all night, man's wet on the wheel. There's a voice in my head that drives my heel.
Bill.
It's my baby calling, says I need you here. And it's 4:30 and I'm shifting gear.
Woo!
When she's lonely and the longing gets too much, she says the cable coming in from above. Don't need to find it out. We've got a thing that I suppose red I love. We've got a wave in the air. Red I love.
All right. Good morning once again. 7 minutes past, and it is another set of Midnight with TJ McCormack on 77 WABC. And you know what? Speaking of, if it's safe to do so, get into the passing lane and rock and roll, as we all like to do when it's safe. I got to ask you. I'm just wondering, who's right, who's wrong? Now, this is. Forgive me if it takes me a moment or two to articulate this thing, and the reason why I may do a tangent or two is because I've wanted to throw this out there for a long time, and so I've been chewing on it for a while. So it may not just. This almost sounds counterintuitive. That, well, if you've been thinking about it forever, well, you should just be able to throw it, have it all ready. Well, yes, I know, but that's not me. So just shut the hell up. So anyway. Okay, here you go. There are those drivers. There are some unique bad drivers out there, and I encounter them. I encounter seemingly all species of bad drivers. As I come into Manhattan every Saturday and Sunday. Well, actually, it's Friday and Saturday night I come in for the Saturday and Sunday morning programs. And for those not familiar, I live in Westchester County. I live almost exactly an hour straight north out of here. And when I'm coming in, there's all different forms of bad drivers, right? And at night, when it's kind of wide open and there's all the room for people to be jerks and to speed and to do crazy stuff, there are a couple, and yes, you have your speeders and you have your tailgaters and you have your slow pokes. You have all of them. The slow pokes really tend to show up during the day. A lot of the slow pokes, I think, are just too scared to drive at night. But they're out there. I don't encounter too many of them. I tend to encounter speedy ones. Now, me, I tend to be right in that sweet spot of like 72-ish, 75 miles an hour. Just about 10 miles over the limit, only when it's somewhat safe to do it. But then again, I can sometimes spend about as much time in a trip right at speed limit, honestly. I don't really make it a habit of going, bat stuff crazy. I don't. Anyway. So 1-800-848-9222, by the way, if any of this rings a bell. So you have these unique versions of bad drivers. Like tonight, I had this pain in the ass on my left shoulder, okay? In my blind spot. The guy was living in my blind spot because I do travel in the center lane, okay? So, but this guy he would come up and I swear to God, I think I recognized him from last week. It was a Volvo XC60. So it was that medium-sized little crossover SUV. And yes, there are personality drivers with the cars. We can talk about that too, by the way. And let me throw this out there. Do we agree do we stipulate the common what do they call it? A consensus that BMW drivers are I won't say the worst, but maybe the most, maybe they flaunt the rules. They never signal. Now, granted, it's a generalization, and if you are driving a BMW right now and you just indicated to make your lane change, okay, you are an exception. But is your experience that BMW drivers are the most arrogant? And is it also your experience that liberals tend to drive Subarus? My 16-year-old, we didn't buy her a car. We're not that. Okay, she's got her full license now and all that. So we didn't buy it. We didn't lavish her with an automobile. We picked up a used car that she'll be able to use. And we had a good lead on a very decent Subaru. And she wanted no part of it. My little MAGA Millie, she, the founder of her Turning Point USA group, said, oh no, I cannot drive a Subaru. I cannot drive a Subaru. I cannot do that. I'm not going to drive what liberals drive. People are going to think I'm a liberal, and I don't want them to think that, and So anyway, is it your experience that BMW drivers are arrogant? And that, I mean, look, man, put it this way. Not every Subaru driver is a liberal, but perhaps every liberal drives a Subaru. I don't know. Or maybe even more accurately, if you're going to see one of those BS coexist stickers, it's going to be on a BMW. What is it with liberals and stickers? What is it with liberals and stickers? They got to put the stickers on. They got to constantly be wagging their finger. Yes. I know Trump fans. I know there's MAGAs out there, but you know what? MAGAs plant massive flag. You see a pickup truck. Do you have one of those families, by the way, in your neighborhood? They, with all the signs out in front, going all the way back. They still have a Trump Pence sign up. Sometimes with an X through the Pence. But you'll see those pickup trucks with big, huge flags, like it's a parade, like a parade float. So we gotta call it what it is, right? We gotta call a spade a spade. When Trumpers out there, they definitely like to see, but at least they make a parade float out of it. But what is it with liberals defacing their car? And when they say coexist, can there be a more hypocritical line? The least tolerant people on the planet are liberals. The least inclusive people on the planet are liberals, and they want to shove it down your throat that they believe in coexisting. Shut up. Oh, really shut up. Anyway, and remind me later, somebody, to tell you about talking about Millie, my daughter who founded her Turning Point USA group at her high school. Last night I was thumbing through Facebook, and I came across my daughter's Turning Point Facebook page, and on it was a comment deriding a visit from Congressman Mike Lawler during the shutdown. He came to explain the shutdown to the kids, came to answer questions about civics, came to answer questions about how the government operates. And a 60 or 70 something year old closed-minded liberal lawyer, a guy who on his Facebook page professes to be a teacher of civics and a teacher of civil rights, and a guy who pretends to promote First Amendment free speech rights. And his very first comment on my daughter's page was deriding the group's existence itself. And of all things, its connection to Charlie Kirk, a guy who was assassinated while promoting free speech. This guy's a lawyer who doesn't want kids to gather with a congressman, and he had a problem with the congressman. This group, how many high schools get a congressman to come by during lunchtime to explain something that's in the news right there and then? And this closed-minded buffoon, and the only reason I'm not saying his name is because he's a lawyer and I don't want trouble. But this closed-minded, supposed First Amendment buffoon had a problem with a congressman coming in who happens to represent the district. The school is in his district. Who the hell else are they going to get come? And he complained because Lawler's a Trumpist, as he put it. And just so happens that my daughter actually made an outreach to, of all people, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to come. Because my daughter knows what the hell she's doing and wants a free and open exchange of ideas. But AOC turned it down because, and it's understandable, it's not her district. Although it's where she's from. She grew up in the 17th Congressional District. She grew up in Yorktown, in Westchester County. Now she's back in the Bronx or Queens, wherever the hell she lived now. When she's not in her extremely expensive high-rise in D.C. or driving her Tesla. Anyway, so back to the car. So I had this guy on my shoulder. I'm assuming it's a guy. Listen to me. How close-minded of me. How much of an assumption could I be making? Anyway, the guy was on my shoulder, and it was one of those drivers that doesn't actually pass you. They don't want to pass you. They don't want to be in front. They like to have a jackrabbit out in front of them because they want you or me to attract the police and not them. By the way, you can also tell anybody who's recently had a ticket, they live in the right, they pass on the right. They won't come anywhere near the left lane. They feel exposed, because you are exposed. I've been that way. Back in the day the last time I had a ticket, ages ago, thank God. Man, it was like there was a third rail between the center and the left lane. I would not go out in that left lane. Felt naked as a jaybird out there in that left lane. Anyway, so this guy, he was in the left. I'd be in the left lane passing somebody. He would come up and just bolt right up. Not quite tailgating, but had a lot of momentum, a lot of inertia. And I thought, okay, this guy wants to get past me. I'm never I don't lurk in that left lane. I got right the hell over. Boom. And I was like, okay, come on. And he never did pass me. Never did pass me. And it's like uncomfortable and awkward having that person like just right there, just right off your back rear bumper, just like right there. And so I figured, all right, let me just put some distance. Let me just get away from this guy. It's just making me uncomfortable. So I bolt on the left. I take off. He follows me, zip right up there behind me. I get back in the center lane. Guy won't pass me. This jerk did this dance with me like for 45 minutes. 45 minutes, this guy just wouldn't pass. And then once I get into the Bronx, boom, here come the speed racers. Here come the rockets, just dodging and bobbing and weaving. But they signal. Anyway, so, and I'm going to throw this out there too. For my money, worst drivers in America, for my money, and you can argue this if you want, Miami, Florida. The Miami-Dade, that general region, 95, that 95 corridor in Miami between like Fort Lauderdale and Miami is a death trap. 1-800-848-9222, 1-800-848-9222. Your pet peeves, your generalizations about driving. I am very curious. What are some of your generalizations about, as we get into the Thanksgiving driving, traveling season, what do you think you're going to encounter? Who do you brace yourself for? And what are your go-to strategies when you're on the road? A little bit of Thanksgiving travel drama. 1-800-848-9222 on Another Side of Midnight with me, TJ McCormack, on the Red Apple Audio Networks. We shall return.
All night long, this is Another Side of Midnight with TJ McCormack, 77 WABC. It's Another Side of Midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormack.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC. Here's TJ McCormack.
All right. 27 minutes past here on Another Side of Midnight with TJ McCormack on the Red Apple Audio Networks, 1-800-848-9222. All going to be in our cars coming up in a couple of days. Thanksgiving, a few days ahead of us here. So in the spirit of the travel weekend. And, they say the airports are just going to be jam-packed. Always. It's always about the airports and what's it going to be like and the airports are going to be, the best day to go to the airport and fly for Thanksgiving. I've just it's never occurred to, Christmas, yes. Thanksgiving to me, it's always been a driving holiday. It's always, but again, that's me. And I know there's like kids in college and people, but I just don't. I don't know. I would just never go to the airport for that because it's such a narrow window. If you're going for Thanksgiving, you gotta go Wednesday, and you gotta come back Sunday. It's just, what a mess. Get on a Zoom. You know what I mean? That's what FaceTime is for. We're doing it simple. I'm not driving anywhere Thanksgiving. They're coming to me. And it's a small bunch. Mom, Dad, and I believe my baby brother. Boom. That's it. That's good. That's fine for me. I want leftovers. When too many people come, there's not enough leftovers. I want a hot open turkey sandwich the next day. That's what I want. I want diner food the following day. I want 2 days of tryptophan coma. So anyway, 1-800-848-9222. And we can get into any Thanksgiving conversation you want, by the way. Do you have that stereotypical, situation where you've got liberal family and conservative family? Does that still really count these days? Is that stereotype, accurate? It seems like there's just liberal families and conservative families. There's jerks. See, my problem is not liberal and conservative. My problem is who's the ass. My problem is who is the completely intolerable jerk in the family. That's my issue. I'll take a liberal. Frankly, with open arms, I would take an AOC, a Bernie Sanders. I'll take a Sandinista. I'll take a Bernie Sandinista at my Thanksgiving table. There are people in my family that I actually can't be in the same room. Because I don't feel safe. How's that? Anybody have like that kind of situation in their family? Where like, you don't want them around your kids. I've got that in my family. I don't want them near my kid. And I tell you what, man, I will never ever divulge ever. But I actually had this conversation. It's amazing how many people are in a similar situation. We don't talk to so-and-so side. We don't talk to them. I mean, like people I've met at the highest professional levels of entertainment, of news media. I mean, just, like in just, casual conversation, it comes up. So many people have that dynamic in their family with estranged family members, people we don't talk to, people that like just dropped out, disappeared, gone. It's heartbreaking. Believe me, I'm not making light of it. I'm kind of making light of my situation because it is so laughable just how much of a frightening jerk is in my realm, is in my orbit. Like a stunningly awful human being. And isn't it also incredible? And tell me, 1-800-848-9222 if this rings a bell. But like, isn't it incredible when it's pure fact? It's a fact what you're talking about, right? I mean, like, okay, I'm not going to get into it. Just got to take my word for it. Because I do have to have some discretion on the radio. But what I'm talking about with this person or these couple of people who like share this unbelievable jerk status, like beyond. It's incredible how other people in the family are either oblivious to it or choose to just ignore the egregious nature of these people. Go along to get along, whatever. Is it turning the other cheek? Maybe they're better than me. Maybe. And I'm saying this in all on, maybe they're better than me. I don't think they are. I think they're a bit daft. I think they're a bit weak-willed. And I think they're a bit tolerant of bad behavior. But that's just me. I'm just wondering now. See, now look, I'm into it now. I'm all hyped up for like a bad Thanksgiving table, but it's not happening because they're not invited. No, they're not invited. So, there's that. So I just wonder, I mean, what's the deal with your Thanksgiving? Is there drama? Do you gird your loins for Thanksgiving table drama? Or have you learned over the years, hey, look, man, my life, sobriety, and my wife's life with living with a recovering alcoholic, it's all about boundaries, right? That's what you've got to do. Happy wife, happy life, happy family, happy children. You got to have boundaries. Now, those boundaries at a personal time like this during the holidays, those boundaries, it's up to you, right? You have to look out for you. I have to look out for my daughters and my wife. And so we have boundaries. And, it really is important to have boundaries like that. There's certain behavior that you just do not have to accept. And so I'm wondering, have you learned to establish those boundaries? Do you find yourself saying yes to people to keep the peace? And that's fine if look, I'm not judging anybody's boundary. But tell me, 1-800-848-9222. Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas right behind it. What is the deal in your family? What is the deal in your home? What is the deal when you go to someone else's home and someone's there? Do you just stay on the other side of the room? Are you one of those people who just goes up and says hi? when I, by the way, have found myself in the room with a couple of these people, I do say hello. I will always be better than the other side. I will always be better than the other side. I do say hello. And I also haven't given up. I have sent messages offering, an opportunity to have a conversation. Always rebuked. Never taken up on it. Are you the person in the awkwardness that puts out the olive branch? Have you ever, by the way, here's another one for anybody who wishes to join this. Have you ever had a successful mending? A successful amends? Have you ever had a successful reunification with an estranged family member or something like that? I'm curious about that. 1-800-848-9222. So, we started, like I said, tangents. Damn it. I am so ADHD. Good Lord in heaven. So, we're talking about the drivers, talking about the Thanksgiving traffic coming up and the different kind of drivers that we encounter. So, dig this. So, I was telling you about the one in the rabbit chaser. They'll never pass you. They always want to keep you in front of them. You're the sacrificial rabbit for the cops. How about this one? How about the purposefully slow? Now, it's one thing on the highway when you encounter the, what do they call them? Left lane Lucy? Left lane, what do they call them? I forget what they call them. Somebody in the it's a term for the people who just camp out in the left, in the passing lane. That's one thing on a highway. You deal with it, you get there. If you have to go around them to the right, it's nobody likes to do it. It's dangerous, but eventually you can get past. And here's the other one though. On surface streets, in your neighborhood, okay? In my development, where I live, it's not gated, I said this last night, but in my community, in my development where I live, my home, in my HOA, whatever the hell you want to call it, there are people, it's all like one lane, right? So one lane going in both directions. I guess that's a 2-lane road, I guess. One lane going each direction. There are people, and it's like in the neighborhood, it's like a 25, 30 miles an hour limit. Most people keep it to like 20, 25, There are a couple of people that purposefully do like 17 miles an hour. And I mean like 17 miles an hour. And there's this one guy in particular, drives a silver Subaru. And this guy drives with the window open and a cigarette. You can spot him a mile away because almost nobody smokes anymore. And almost. And he drives with his arm pompously, just pompous. He might as well be giving you the finger, but he's got his cigarette in his little digits. He's driving, and he just and he'll coast right past my block. If I happen to pull out behind him, slows right the mother-loving heck down. Slows down to a snail's pace. Does it only when somebody's behind him. And he's daring people to either tailgate him, speed up behind him, try to pass him, which is incredibly dangerous because it's only one lane in each direction in our neighborhood. And he does this to taunt people, to goad people into doing the wrong thing. And he's already going 15, 17 miles an hour. And when you do get a little close, bam, there's the brake check. Oh, and how about the brake check people? How about the people who tap them brakes? The jerks abound and Thanksgiving is coming. So are you prepared? Are you prepared for who's coming to your home? Are you prepared for going to other people's homes? And are you prepared for how you're going to get there? Are you traveling? And what is your strategy? What's your strategy for getting where you're going for Thanksgiving? I think I sense a pattern. I think I sense a theme here for at least a portion of this show. Thanksgiving's coming. Who are you looking forward to seeing? Who can you not stomach the notion of seeing? And what's your plan in getting there? And are you hosting? 1-800-848-9222. Let's get over to Mark in line 1. Good morning, Mark. Welcome to the program.
How are you? Okay, I'll try to. I'm a 78 ex-Navy and stuff. My memory's a little short, but I'll try to address most of what you were talking about.
I've been all over the place, baby. Yeah.
I live in Hawthorne, New Jersey, which is bordered by Patterson.
Okay.
And I don't know what else to say. It's bordered by Patterson and Ridgewood around northern New Jersey.
Okay.
Having said that, Patterson has changed. Let's just say open the border special hasn't been favorable. I mean, it hasn't gotten close to it, but I have seen. But let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Going back to after COVID, whether we're going to a shot in a beer bar, but the road is. I've seen things on the road I've never experienced in my life.
Okay.
For instance, on a fairly busy road. No blinkers, no nothing. Cars are just stopped dead. Mm-hmm. Now, I can only attest that I believe the reason is somebody doesn't know where they're going.
Sure.
And I've almost crashed a couple times on that one. Other ones, they're either going so slow that, getting back to what you were talking about, or my favorite, but the ones that really scare the hell out of me, you get on the New Jersey Parkway, and I don't care day or night, it's 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, you get these weavers at about 90 miles, and if that doesn't scare them, because naturally at my age, I don't have the
reflexes.
Thank you, I used to. Now, let's go back to, we have at the one corner of town, which borders a river. Mm-hmm. People come over, and I don't mean to imply they're all nasty, bad, or the other thing.
Right.
But, if the one guy who's wrestling or signing everybody up, they're in the stores. They have a different culture. Mm-hmm. Now, even like when they're walking, they're either walking so slow, and sometimes they just throw their clothes on because it's a store that sells clothes. They just leave them on the ground. I'm thinking, this can't be real.
Wow.
Then they have another cute little thing. When you put your hands on something, man or woman, I guess it's a culture. They're all of a sudden very interested in it. I almost had a thing with one guy. I had to say to him, because I knew it was Mexico, so everybody speaks Spanish now. I had to say to him, not that they're all from Spain, by the way. I mean, other countries, Spain, and they're families, and they're hugging each other like they've known each other 100 years. How long have you been here? But anyway, so where was I? Lost my train of thought. But
you're talking about. I mean, look, your general experience is interesting.
Yeah. Well, the other thing with the parking, they'll park in all the places where you're supposed to work for a crippled spot. They park in those. The areas where it's yellow lined where only a truck is supposed to pull in. They fill those out. The one was kind of cute the other day. I dressed up in my military hat, and the woman was quite sweet. She was a grandma, but she was so. We love your country. I had one of the military camouflage hat. We love your country.
Oh my goodness!
And she was very, very sweet, and she had a grandchild. I said, Don't worry, enjoy yourself. You know,
Mark, I love your observations, and clearly you've lived in your town for a long time, and you're seeing an interesting evolution. So thanks for that, though, buddy. Thank you very much, and keep calling back with your observations of how your neighborhood is changing. That was funny. I haven't heard crippled in quite a long time. It was a bit of a throwback there from Mark. Let's see. Robert in North Carolina. Good morning. Welcome to Another Side.
Hope you have a dash cam.
You know what, buddy? We are in the process of shopping for a dash cam, a front and rear for all of our cars, our fleet. Yes, we're starting with one for my daughter's car. Well, the car that my daughter's going to drive. And, then my wife and myself. Yes, dash cams. You tell me, they really are another layer of self-protection, aren't they?
Yes. Actually, sometimes I pointed to these dopey drivers at the dash cam.
Uh-huh.
I point to them and I point to the dash cam, and then they kind of chill out.
Aha, you're right. Tell you what, buddy, it's a whole genre of videos on YouTube and TikTok and all the places where it's dash cam videos all over the place.
Yeah. Well, and they're on candid camera.
and they're legal, and for lack of a better phrase, they're legal tender. They can definitely play a part in protecting yourself insurance wise and cop wise and everything else, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Do you have?
Sure, you're in the right.
So, do you have one front facing and rear facing? I think you need them. I think both ends is really good.
Well, it would be better to have both. Right now, I only have the front facing. Mm-hmm. I've got a Garmin, which is fantastic, but it's like the best $260 I ever spent.
And do you and I mean, is it hardwired? Do you have to charge it? Do you bring it into the house to charge it, or do you just plug it into your USB port or what?
Yeah, plug it into a USB port with an adapter.
Mm-hmm. That's the move. Yeah, I definitely got to do that. Yeah, we got to actually, I'm glad, you know what? You really served a purpose there. You reminded me tomorrow, or later today, Sunday, later this morning when I'm sitting around, vegetating and recovering from a weekend of overnights, I am going to order, a dash cam. Thank you, buddy.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Also.
Yes.
Also, there's a lot of the dash cams, they have speed camera, red light camera detection in them. So you can avoid a lot of tickets. I've gone to spots like suburban streets.
But say that again, Robert?
I'm going to suburban streets in New Jersey where you would never think there'd be a camera like that.
Oh, right.
There.
Well, I tell you what.
It picked it up.
You know what? They're starting to pick up on a lot of different things in different towns and different states. And I think they're seeing how things work overseas. My wife is from Britain. We're going over there for Christmas. In the UK, they've got speed cameras and there is no recourse. There is no appealing. It's like our red light cameras here, but over there it's for speeding. And I mean, literally, if they catch you doing a tick over the speed limit, like not even a full mile per hour over the speed limit, you get banged, and it's bad. And that's that in the UK. That's how they make up for all of their socialist programs. I got to jump there, Robert. I got to take a hard break here. It is 49 minutes past the hour. When we come back, talk to Steve and Larry and Pete and Pamela, and we're talking Thanksgiving travel. We're talking bad drivers, all different kinds of bad drivers, and we're also talking about what you encounter on Thanksgiving with your family. It's a tried and true old subject, but it's always fresh. Every time there's a new Thanksgiving, a new holiday season, it all shows itself again. Who's coming to your house? And who are you avoiding? And who are you avoiding when you get there? And how are you getting there? You're not flying, are you? 1-800-848-9222. It's Another Side of Midnight with TJ on the Red Apple Audio Networks.
All night long. This is Another Side of Midnight with TJ McCormack, 77 WABC. It's It's Another Side of Midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormack.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC. Here's TJ McCormack.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy. 1-800-848-9222. Good morning. Hello there, family. Welcome to Another Side of Midnight. I'm TJ McCormack, and over on X, our social media wing of the family, they are over there in full force this evening. Catherine Trunk, always with the lovely words of encouragement, always with the really kind gesture there. Catherine, and along with Marianne and Diane, thank you so much for your support. It really, I'm telling you, if my wife was sitting here right now, she'd lean into the mic and say, he really appreciates it. Diane says, Miami-Dade, all the crazy drivers are from New York. Love your show. Thank you. I love you. Thank you, Diane. Let's see. Marianne says, hi, TJ. My pet peeve is when driving middle lane on a highway in moderate traffic and this idiot comes up from out of nowhere, weaving in and out of cars doing 100 miles an hour, passes in front of you and almost hits your car. Happens more frequently lately. Yeah. And you know what? Speaking of the dash cams, a lot of these jerks are recording those exploits for their own personal, like YouTube and TikTok channels, which there are scores of these, I hate to call them creators, but content creators doing that kind of crazy crap, taking people's lives into their hands. I'll tell you what, I said it yesterday morning about almost being hit by like a delivery bike guy. Or just a bike idiot here in Manhattan on 3rd Avenue. Almost got just completely wiped out. Happens all the time to people here in Manhattan. And I said how, I was kind of rooting for them to get popped by a driver or another bike or something like that. Just a solo thing because then they wouldn't be hurting somebody. Okay. So, not the most Christian thing to wish for. It was in the heat of the moment. But I got to tell you, it happens very often, especially late at night or very early, like when I leave here at the crack of morning. It is very common to catch people, these young punks, on the tail end of their night of carousing. And them going flying. I tell you what, it's happened where I'll be coming home late from like a social event. My wife's sleeping in the passenger seat, and cause those gender roles and the fact that I'm the designated driver. My wife, she loves a drink every now and then. Anyway, and some insane lunatic will just blast. Yep. Exactly, Bill. Will just blast. Right. And honestly, I say it out loud. I said, just find a tree. Find a GD tree. I hope you survive it. But you know what? I'd rather that jerk get into a solo accident than kill a family of 4 or some beautiful young kid out on a date or something else. I would rather, for the greater good, that person take themselves out of the planet and out of traffic and out of this universe than some innocent, than my daughter. God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. Or your daughter, or your son, or your wife, or your aunt, or your grandma, or your neighbor. I'd rather that person perishes. Seriously. Wouldn't you? Am I, by the way, and I'm saying, I'm just being completely deadly honest. I've said that out loud and I've meant it when I've said it. Find a tree, find a lamppost, take yourself out. And if I'm totally wrong, tell me that I'm totally wrong. But to my way of thinking, as awful and egregious as that is to articulate, I would rather that person condemn their own lives to save, how many times do you have to read about a wedding party getting taken out in their limo? How many times do you have to read about a young kid out on a date, I don't know, or some, Holocaust survivor who made it through the worst possible human experience, only to be taken out by a drunk driver at the age of, 92. Okay, we took a dark turn. I don't want to take a dark turn. Pull me out of it. Pull me out of it. Pull me out of it. All right, I'm leaving that behind. All right, it's another side of midnight. We'll be right back with all of the calls here on the Red Apple Audio Network's 1-800-848-9222.
It's another side of midnight. 77 WABC. This is another side of midnight
with TJ McCormack.
Now to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
when I'm talking about, when I say something like really bold and crass like that about somebody dying. But I gotta be honest. Ultimately, when I think about my baby out there on the road and some lunatic is just blasting through and coming within inches of your vehicle and knowing that my daughter at 16 does not have the lifetime, the 40 flipping years of experience that I have on the road. And I still make mistakes every week. I still do things that cut it close or that were absent-minded. I still take my eye off the prize every now and then. But my daughter, my baby, your mom, your sister, your brother-in-law out there on the road, your sweet little neighbor. And here comes, jackass McGillicuddy flying up behind you. I mean, my little girl, I'm confident she would handle it. And actually, I think she did tell me a story about something kind of similar. And one of her, look, everything she does in the car these days is one of the first times she's doing it. And in one of the first times she was on the highway alone, she told me that she saw a guy. She was looking in her rearview mirror like, she's been taught to do and know what's going on around her. And this guy was flying up. And so she just sort of held the car nice and steady. And so, so when a guy comes flying up, and there's been some egregious instances of this. Yeah, I say I would rather that person be mourned, that one single solitary individual to be mourned or to spend weeks in a hospital in a single car incident with a tree or a lamppost or something like that, rather than that person take out and either kill or maim, a car full of 4 people just on their way to brunch. I feel awful when I articulate it, but when I break it down and intellectualize it like that, I'm right back to feeling just fine with it. 1-800-848-9222, 1-800-848-9222. Let's get over to Larry in Staten Island here on Another Side of Midnight with TJ McCormack.
TJ, how you doing?
I'm good, Larry. How are you, Pally?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right.
I had the worst Thanksgiving. This was 5 years ago.
Really?
And it turned out to be Family Feud at the worst.
Really?
And
like a stereotypical clash. Tell me.
It was the worst. Yeah. So every year, my sister, who lives in PA, she invites us all over for Thanksgiving or all the holidays, Easter. For New Year's,
she likes to host. She loves to host.
And
she's probably good at it.
Oh, she's great at it. She's a good cook,
nice.
And she's just a wonderful person.
Nice.
Really wonderful. I'll take her to Italy sometimes, I pay for the whole trip. I just enjoy her company.
Ooh, take me.
It's really great.
Take me, please.
But TJ, she's married to the worst jerk you ever want to know in your life.
Yeah.
The worst.
All right.
He's 6'8". I'm saying this for a reason.
Okay.
He's 6'8" and 350 pounds.
Jeez.
A walking refrigerator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got it.
And he's the type of guy that monopolizes the whole conversation. It's all about him, and he's an expert about everything. And you know nothing.
Right.
He's always right.
Oh, God.
So that's the guy.
Yeah.
So then he sits at the edge of the table. And my brother, a Vietnam vet, served two terms of Vietnam, 2 years of Vietnam. He sits on the other end of the table. I'm in the middle.
Oh, boy.
I'm his wife. Now his wife brings a bottle of wine. She's the type, brings a bottle of wine, her favorite, and brings it back with her and doesn't share it at the table. I mean,
Oh, what a peach. What a peach.
I know, yeah. So that's the type. So anyway, my sister, she brings out the antipasto. That's typical. Mm-hmm. And she says, listen, she makes her speech. No politics at the table.
Right.
Does everybody understand? Does everybody agree to this?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no problem. Just bring out the food. We're hungry,
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, my brother-in-law says, well, let me ask you guys, and he's talking to me now. He says, do you think Bloomberg has a chance at being president? That's when he was running.
Right.
And I says, I don't know. I says, but I'll tell you what, with all his money, he probably does,
Yeah.
It takes money sometimes, to get on ballot and everything.
Sure.
So now my brother turns over to me and he says, listen, he says, that has nothing to do with, the conversation. And he says, I just want to tell you something. He goes, do you know that Obama was a naval officer?
What?
And I'm the mega man, I'm the mega. I wear my mega hat,
Sure.
And he's on the and he's woke, leftist, the whole bit. And I says, I'm trying to be calm now, and because I was in the Navy, for 21 years.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. So I says, well, I don't think so. He goes, no, listen, trust me. He goes, no, trust me on this one.
Okay.
He says, look, I'm telling you right now, he was, and he was a naval officer.
Yeah.
So I says, well, we can fact check it on my phone.
Yeah.
So I look it up, and he says, Obama, no military service whatsoever.
Right. Which you knew 100%.
Which I knew.
Of course.
I knew 100%.
Yeah. Right.
So I show it to him.
Yeah.
And he's stunned, He's like confused.
Right.
And he goes, wait a minute. Would you please stand up, please? I says, what? Stand up. He goes, I says, why?
Yeah.
He goes, because I'm going to kick your butt.
What?
Yeah.
Was he drunk? Was he like on medication?
No,
because that's bizarre.
No, we didn't even drink yet.
Not yet. We hadn't even gotten there yet.
Yeah. He goes, do you hear me? Stand up. So my brother-in-law says, whoa. He goes, listen. Get over here. Sit in the living room.
Right.
Calm down. Calm yourself down. He goes to him.
Right. Wait, this is the Vietnam vet is telling the big guy to calm the hell down.
No, it's my brother-in-law who was never in the service.
Okay.
He's a computer geek,
Right. Okay.
He's never in the service.
Okay.
And, so he's a 6'8" guy,
right.
on a refrigerator.
Okay.
So he stands up and he pulls my brother out of his seat, by the arm. He says, listen, calm down. This is Thanksgiving. We all got to love each other.
Right.
Sit down and calm down. So my brother, I could see he's calming down.
Yeah.
Now, see, I was stunned at this. So when it all hit me, and I just stood up and I said, listen, you want to go for it? Let's go outside. You want it beaten? I'm going to give you one. I tell my brother. So I says, this anti-American crap has to go.
Right.
So now my brother-in-law out of nowhere, and I'm leaving. I said, I don't have to be here for this.
Yeah.
And I get my jacket, and my brother-in-law stands in the way, shoves me against the refrigerator.
Oh my God!
And he's choking me.
Whoa!
Yeah, and he's screaming at the top of his lungs. Who did you call anti-American? I says, I was talking to my brother.
Yeah.
He's choking me and he's squashing my face with two hands.
And your sister's on the other side of the kitchen going, I said no politics!
My sister's not even saying anything.
Oh my God.
She just was mute. Just quiet.
Oh man. How did this end? Okay, get me to the payoff.
So I leave.
Yeah.
I leave and I leave. I call up my niece and she goes, listen, why don't you come to Long Island? We're going to have Thanksgiving. By the time you get here, we're going to start.
Right.
So I'm all the way in PA, but I was speeding all the way there.
And you probably felt awful. You're like, you know what? I can't believe this. I'm leaving my sisters. I can't believe it. Yeah. Right. And you just wanted to punch that mook so bad, right?
Oh boy, believe me, I would. And so I go in there. She goes, listen, I have a Christmas tree up. It's a Trump Christmas tree. and she has all the Trump trinkets on the Christmas tree.
So where are you with that branch of the family now? Well, no, so that was, you said it was a few years ago. This was Bloomberg.
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
I never went there again. Wow. I never spoke to any one of them again.
Oh my God.
5 years.
Even your nice sister who does all the hosting?
Yep. Yep. Because you know what? She should have at least said something. And my other sister was at my niece's, so my other sister calls up. My older sister calls up, and she goes, "What happened? What happened here?" Yeah. Larry told me the whole thing. She says, "Well, he started the whole thing.
Yeah,
he put up the conversation, and they all lied."
That sucks.
That I was the culprit.
And these are adults, and these are adults, Larry. That sucks. Yeah. So what are you doing? What are you doing this Thursday? What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Well, I'm going back on my niece. That's, so she took over the role.
Out on the island.
Long Island.
All right.
And I'm really going to enjoy it there because I really feel at home, and so it's going to be nice. It's nice.
Excellent.
But anyway, that was the story.
Wow, that's something else, Larry. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for that story. That's great stuff. Huh?
You're very welcome. All right, take care.
Happy Thanksgiving, pal. Thank you, and thank you for your service. 1-800-848-9222. Let's go to Pete in Staten Island. Pete.
Hey, TJ. Hey, TJ.
Hi.
I like that caller from Staten Island, Larry. Sounds like a good guy.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, what I want to say, Thanksgiving, we're going to get together. We got a couple people coming by.
Nice.
And I got a couple of veterans that live alone that have nowhere to go. So they're going to be with us. They're going to be my guests.
Nice.
Nice. I'll be at my daughter and all the cooking, and I know we do. I tell everybody, take Ubers because if you have an accident on Thanksgiving, Christmas, or New Year's, it's like more points. The insurance companies, if you have any insurance agents out there, call in to verify it. You have an accident on a holiday, it's big stuff.
Yeah. And you're lucky if you can get, get a tow, get service, even if you blow a tire. My God.
That's right.
So
what I do is I have fake cameras in my car. I have a fake one in the back, a one in the front, and they flash a light. So it keeps people honest. And what I do, I don't recommend this to anybody. I have an old car. I got a car that I don't care if some kid opens the door and slams it, when he's opening the door. I don't care. It's dents in it, but it's a Toyota Corona, and it gets me like almost 40 miles per gallon, and the car's a 2001 and runs like a top. But what I do is a buddy of mine's got an auto body place. I get sticks, and I make marks. I buy some camp yellow, and I put it on the corners of my bumper. So when people are driving down, they go, "Oh my God, this guy must do demolition derby," So they get out of my way. They don't get close to the car because they
wow, you got it. Pete, I got to tell you, you definitely have a lot of plans. You're a plan. You are well planned out. You have a life that is orchestrated.
What I'd like to get over to you, I met Charlie Kirk at Bernie McGurk's funeral, the one at St. Patrick's, and I also attended the one.
That's where you met. That's where you met Charlie Kirk, right?
Right, Charlie Kirk, and what I'm going to have a mass for him at my church,
right?
And I have a guy, an artist commission. He's going to make a bronze bust of him. And this is the same guy that made the architect for the World Trade Center was built. The lunch guys eating the lunch on the beam.
Yeah.
They call that pizza art. It's called lunch. And I have him commissioned to make a bust of Charlie Head. Out of bronze. And what's going to happen is it's not ready yet, but when it is, probably after the holidays, I'm going to have a mass said in Staten Island. And, everybody at that point, I'll, let you know, when it is.
Nice. Thanks, Pete. Thank you very much, buddy. I do appreciate that. Pete, boy, I tell you what, man, Pete is an interesting dude. He meeting Charlie Kirk. He met so many people at that funeral. What an interesting cat. All right, we got Pamela, Steve, and Mike ready to go. Let's do our quick break right now. When we come back, we will go to Steve in Manhattan. So stay right there. 1-800-848-9222. It's another side of midnight with me, TJ, on the Red Apple Audio Network.
All night long. This is another side of midnight
with TJ McCormack.
77 WABC. It's Another Side of Midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormack.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC. Here's TJ McCormack.
So it's Thanksgiving coming up, and we're talking about, some fun, typical Thanksgiving stuff with a little bit of a twist. We're talking about some of these lousy drivers on the road that stand between you and your Thanksgiving destination or wherever you're going, between my home and 77 WABC in Manhattan. Every Friday and Saturday night when I come in for these morning shows, I am up against it with some awful, awful, scary, dangerous damn drivers. And then even when I'm home, and what do they say? And it happened to me. What do they say? Most accidents, right? What's that statistic? Most accidents happen within like a mile or within 2 miles of your home. Sure enough, the one single only bad accident that I was ever in happened in September of 2018, about 4 minutes from my home, on a Sunday at like 1 p.m. And a dopey woman ran a stop sign, and head on, I was doing like 32 miles an hour, and she just blammo ran a stop sign, but made her turn, so we ended up being head on. Nose to nose, head on collision. I was driving a Volvo XC70, the classic wagon. Exploded it. I mean, not an explosion, but you know what I mean. And I tell you, I walked away from it. That's why I only drive Volvos. Up till now, only drive Volvos. Because of that. And that accident happened again on a Sunday afternoon. I still got jacked up knuckles. My left knuckles, my pinky and my ring finger on my left hand are still messed up from 7 years ago. These guys don't go to the doctor. But anyway, yeah, I punched a hole in the windscreen. Punched a hole in the windscreen with my left hand because of the impact. Insane. 1 p.m. on a Sunday, taking a leisurely drive to buy a case of water. How about that? And this dopey broad runs a stop sign, makes a turn, hits me head on. Yep. And had an economic impact on my life to this day. You know what? This is what ticks me off too. That Volvo that I was driving, it was a 2012. It was 6 years old. I was just about to finish paying it off. The thing was like a top. Stunning, gorgeous, amazing, classic Volvo. That should be the car that I handed off to my daughter. That should be my daughter's car. But no, because this idiot had to run a stop sign on a Sunday afternoon. I have since then spent tens of thousands of dollars on leases that I didn't want, but I had to do because of this dopey idiot running a stop sign. Tell you what, though, you know what the silver lining was? That same daughter of mine, right before I left the house that Sunday to go buy water, what a weird thing, right? To go buy water. I don't know why there was such a need for a case of water. I have no idea. But right as I'm walking out the door, Millie, then 9? Yeah, 7 years ago. 8. She was 8, excuse me. 8-year-old Millie, as I'm walking out the door, I say, hey, you want to come with Daddy? I gotta go run an errand. And she says, no, it's okay. She would have been in the car with me. And, she would have been in the back seat and probably in a car seat at that point. I don't know if she would have still been in the car seat. Yeah. And, God knows what that would have done to her, or if she had been injured or something like that, right? So silver lining there. God definitely had a hand in that one. Want to come with Daddy? No, I'm gonna stay with Mommy. Okay. She would have been in the car for that terrible accident. And she wasn't. Thank you, God. 1-800-848-9222. Let's go to Steve in Manhattan. Good morning, Steven.
All right, TJ.
Que pasa, baby?
My man, what about the airbag coming out? What was that like?
That blasted I tell you what, my sternum, if I may be so bold, my sternum, anywhere where the thing made impact, or where the seatbelt was badly bruised and really, really like sore. It was funky. I was knocked out. I was definitely knocked out. Like I remember I came to, so I don't remember, of course, being knocked out, but I remember coming to, and it was the horn, like like in a movie when the horn's like that after an accident. So, right. Yeah, it was some scary stuff. You know what? I'll post the photos. Ooh, there we go. I'll interact with my audience, Steve. I'll post the photos of my wrecked Volvo on my Twitter, and everybody can ooh and ah at my survival.
Well, they say getting hit with an airbag is like going 15 rounds with Joe Frazier. But, TJ, first. It
was. Yes, sir. The most important. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Right. No, you can interrupt me anytime. But anyway, most importantly, there are a lot of people down on their luck, and there's plenty of places out there that serve Thanksgiving dinner. So don't be embarrassed. Just eat up. You know, you feel like life is piling on. Listen, I've been under a few piles myself.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got a call before from Paterson, New Jersey. That one really startled me because Paterson, New Jersey was surrendered like 60 years ago. What is that guy? What is that guy still doing there, man? What does he wait? Get out of there, man.
He's 78. He's going down with the ship, man. He's.
Oh man, he did say he came back from the Navy. Maybe things kind of settled when he got back. Paterson, I knew people came from there.
Me too. Me too. I knew a couple of it was very Italian, wasn't it?
Right. Lou Costello was long gone.
Yeah.
Now, you talk about Thanksgiving dinner and everything like that and driving. First of all, I always used to like to hit the road at certain times when I knew it wouldn't be busy.
Right.
Early in the morning on Thanksgiving, most people are where they want to be. If we were leaving, hitting the road.
Right.
Or late at night, hitting the road. But now you can hit traffic jam anytime.
All the time. Isn't that weird?
It is weird. I know a lot of it has to do with, construction going on and everything. They like to do it at night. But the thing also is they give illegal aliens commercial licenses. That guy down in Florida was making a U-turn with an 18-wheel truck.
Yep.
And when he was standing there with the troopers, he was as cool as a cucumber. The people were dead in the car, crushed under his truck.
Yep.
And he was there as cool as, cool as a cucumber.
Bold.
But dealing with dinner, now you brought up before, it's funny because, I heard the other stories from the guys and everything. I don't know if you're a conservative household or a liberal left-wing household. Mm-hmm. I mean, let's face it, Thanksgiving dinner, Ronnie Reagan and Barry Goldwater aren't coming to dinner, right? So you could always retreat to, I would do it, because I like sports anyway.
Sure.
I would retreat to the living room. But listen, you watch 3 straight football games on Thanksgiving and your brain has got to start to vegetate.
Right.
That would be the equivalent of sitting at the dinner table with a bunch of left-wing lunatics, and I've done that before.
Yeah.
And your brain starts to vegetate and everything because I don't try to convince them of anything. Whatever they believe, let them believe. There's no getting around that. But, TJ, I know you got a lot of people on the line. Listen, I made you an honorary Bronx boy, but your family's from the Bronx.
All from the Bronx. Mom and Dad, all from the Bronx. Yep.
Right. I'm a Bronx boy, too, originally. But the thing is, Kennedy's assassination, all the Kennedy buffs out there, I'm going to give you a little head start here.
Okay.
You have to look at Dr. Crenshaw, Dr. Crenshaw. He was in the emergency room, operating room in Parkland Hospital that day. He's the last one to really see Kennedy as they're prepare him to leave that room, and he's gone, right?
Uh-huh.
Dr. Crenshaw's interview on 2020 in 92 of April is a must. You have to listen to that interview.
All right.
And it really helps out. Okay,
brilliant.
Guys?
Will do. Thank you, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless. There goes Steve. All right. Let's get over to Pamela. Pamela, good morning, Pamela. I love when you call, Pamela.
Oh, good morning.
Hi.
Yeah, I was in the riots as a little girl in Patterson picking up our elderly aunt, and I remember asking my dad, why are they throwing beer bottles at us? So,
wow, really? What a memory.
Yeah, my mother's side is from Patterson, and so we still had a lot of relatives there, and my uncle was held up at a red light with a gun, and yeah, my brother, they lived for a while in an apartment in Patterson in the 50s, and my brother was beaten up because they couldn't afford, houses were expensive. They talk about expense, everything's relative, and my father was a vet. He had to wait for the GI Bill to come around, but he had to move out into the suburbs because he couldn't afford it, and we couldn't afford for my brother to be beaten to death. But anyway.
Wow. Jeez.
So, yeah, and Patterson was the first industrial city, which actually ties into my Thanksgiving story.
Yes, ma'am.
My sister moved out to the, northern New Jersey, near, close to Pennsylvania, and it's a nice setting.
Like
and
out like the Delaware Water Gap out that way.
Yeah, like
Boonton,
right,
Boonton
not too far from the Gap, right? And they like to host. And, sometimes, it's kind of tricky up there, the weather and everything. And the Route 80 up there, you don't realize what a steep hill it is. It can get slippery real fast. So it's a task, wondering whether you should go at that time or whatever. So,
sure.
All right. She hosts a Thanksgiving, and my brother-in-law, and they have 2 kids. And my brother is the eldest. I'm the youngest. That's 3 siblings. And they have 2 girls. My brother leans more conservative.
Okay.
I mean, his motif in his living room was colonial with the founding fathers, so that tells you how conservative he was. And of course, I lean, conservative.
Yes.
And my sister always had a little bent towards, a little bit of the liberal. And anyway, her son, who used to be a cutie pie, and he was my buddy. And all of a sudden, when he hit his late teens and when wokeism became fashionable, he started to turn into a, liberal, woke millennial. So I go to Thanksgiving and I make butternut squash soup, which is no easy task.
Right.
And, just getting to a host's house isn't so easy either. You got to worry about the weather and blah, blah, blah. So, it's nice the host does it.
Sure.
But, it's a big deal. And, I was in a good mood. And I sit down at the table, and conversation starts. So we start talking about fishing. My father and I used to go fishing. My father loved fishing, mostly lake fishing, and my brother likes fishing. And so I said, some people still, the Passaic River wraps around, central Jersey and around Patterson. That's why, and it's got a landmark, the falls.
Right.
I mean, you might want to take bodyguards with you if you ever want to see the falls in Patterson. It's really quite a sight.
I've heard.
Yeah, it's really amazing. But anyway, they have a river there. And I just mentioned, I said, some people still fish in the Passaic River, and I hope they're not eating that. Now, they have worked at cleaning up the Passaic River, but there were a lot of factories along Passaic. It was, one of our first industrial areas in the American continent. Anyway, so my millennial nephew says, well, some people are poor and they can't afford to eat like this, so they have to eat that fish.
Right.
Excuse me?
Huh.
And, you just know.
Yeah. You sense it. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's basically one of those here we go moments. Yep.
So those of you who have siblings, there's always like 2 siblings that agree more so and sort of, not that they hate you or anything, but they sort of separate you from the others. Like I was the youngest. I was a baby. So.
Yeah. There's that delineation between the 8. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, because socially, my brother and sister were closer, in the topic of the day, whereas I was, 4 years is a lot.
Sure.
9 years between my brother. It's a lot to separate you socially.
Yeah, I've got 15 between me and my baby brother, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, so So I know it's useless to look at my sister and brother-in-law, so I look at my brother, and I'm waiting for him to say something, and he, looks away from me. He just knows.
Yeah. So what happened?
So then somebody asked me about, I went through this big thing. This cat was not being treated well on my block. It turned into a big to-do. Long story. like it involved police, et cetera, trying to save this cat and everything. So somebody asked me at the table, how's that going? And so my nephew chimes in, well, that's what happens when you live in the ghetto.
Oh, my Lord. Here we go. Here we go again.
Here we go again. And
so what happened? Some
of us aren't so lucky as to live nice and cozy into adulthood with our parents.
Tell me about the fight. Did this thing turn into a fight, an argument?
Well, everybody was waiting for me to, pick up the spoonful of potatoes and catapult it down the table. But I restrained myself, and I just, nobody said anything. And but let's just say I didn't let it ruin the whole evening, but, it just kind of told me it was a foreboding of what was to come.
Right.
And I can totally relate to, what's going on. And, it didn't get as bad as Larry with the refrigerator.
Right. Nobody was choking.
But let's just say I answered him and everybody else chickened out. And I said, oh, what wimps. Everybody is like such a wimp. And I know my brother would love to have said something, but he didn't really go up against my sister because socially, they were close in age and, so I'm the little sister. I'm the one who.
How long ago was this, Pamela?
Well, this was the beginning.
No. I mean, like, how long ago did this, how many years ago?
Well, actually, this was like 2013. 14.
So how have you been with this, because I got to move on. How have you healed or not healed with the family? What's going on?
Well, I went to other social events, but it's funny. It, like all of us, it just got worse and worse. Mm-hmm. The attitude of the whole family, especially my sister, more so my sister, although my nieces on my brother's side started to get in on the sense of entitlement type thing, that the woke kids have. And it just, let's just say it's a good day when you can spend a holiday and not hearing all that garbage.
Boom. There you go. And we get to enjoy March of the Wooden Soldiers. 1-800-848-9222. Let's get over to Bobby in Upstate. Hey there, Bobby.
Hello?
Hello there, Bobby. Put down the belt sander.
No, this is Harvey.
Oh, Harvey. Okay. Hi, Harvey. How are you, pal?
Okay, good. Thank you. I was just vacuuming the, anyway.
How do things look?
I really appreciate your show.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, you're a real gentleman, a mensch, and, I enjoy, looking forward to listening to you.
Thank you, Harvey.
Anyway, I am a retired bus driver.
Okay.
In the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
And, I can barely hear you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. A little better. And, one day I was driving on White Plains Road.
Uh-huh.
In the Bronx.
Right.
And a car, now there's an L there.
Yep. The elevated subway. Yes, exactly.
Right, yeah, and a car was racing me. I didn't see him at all.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, right in front of me, there's the car.
Wow.
Boom. Yeah, and he went flying. The car was demolished. But they all walked out like it was just another day.
Right.
And I want to tell you what I usually do when I'm driving my own car.
Right.
And a tailgater comes along. What I'll do is I'll slow down.
Mm-hmm. Do you do the brake check? Do you tap the brakes? Some people do that. Some people love to do that. I think it's a little dangerous.
I turn the headlight on.
Ah. I learned that, Harvey, in a Clint Eastwood movie one time. Clint Eastwood was being chased by somebody and he had somebody in the car with him, and basically what he did was to fool the guy into thinking he was hitting the brakes. I guess back in the day cars were a little bit different. He pulled on, if you remember, his headlights, that little button on the dashboard. He pulled on the headlights, which made the rear lights go on and made it look like he was tapping the brakes. I've always remembered that. That doesn't quite work that way these days with cars. But anyway, thank you, Harvey. Thank you very much, buddy. Thanks for calling. And I'd be interested to hear some bus driving stories from the Bronx. All right, Angela we're going to get to Angela and Donna and everybody else when we come back right here on Another Side of Midnight with me, TJ, on the Red Apple Audio Networks. Give us a call, 1-800-848-9222.
All night long, this is Another Side of Midnight with TJ McCormack, 77 WABC. It's Another Side of Midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormack.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC. Here's TJ McCormack.
Your time on the scenic route. 1-800-848-9222. We're talking a little bit we got Thanksgiving coming up. Talking about bad drivers. Well, you know what I haven't heard? I haven't heard anybody with the stereotypes about different cars. You know what one of my little pet peeves is some of these fellas who have the big, massive, I like them. They're pretty to look at. Big, huge, like Dodge Ram trucks, the massive, like Ford, the big trucks. And somebody's got to set me straight on this, actually, because my theory, the guys who go really, really slow in their pickup trucks. Now, my theory, because you would think big, bodacious truck like that it would want to flex a little bit. And you would think, oh, this guy's going to be a hot rod. But sometimes they go as slow as molasses. And if somebody wants to sort of check me on this, my guess has always been that those trucks have got such a torque and are in such a gear situation that they can't really wind it out. That like it just goes in like a really, like a low, what is it? High torque, low torque, whatever. But like there's a reason some of those big ass pickup trucks go really slow. That, and also I think the fact that they just drink gasoline, like just chug it. So these guys are like, screw it, I'm doing 30 and you can all, just whatever. Suck my exhaust. Anyway, let's get over to Angela. Angela on Long Island, line 2. Good morning. Ange, where art thou? Angelina, where are you? No, she's not there? Okay. Oh, we'll check on her. We'll check on Angie. All right. Angela, wherever you are, I wanted to come to you because you said you wanted to talk about a different topic. So I'm always happy to entertain that notion. In the meantime, Donna in Huntington. Donna.
I wanted to tell you about this accident that that I was in December 9th last year.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Oh God, coming up on the anniversary. Yikes.
Horrible.
What happened?
2:00 in the morning in Hauppauge, Long Island. I'm driving in a residential area, and a friend text messages me, right? So, of course, I'm like, okay, I got to pull over, be safe to respond to the text message,
Right.
So I pull over in front of, sort of like someone's house, I guess, legal, safely on the side of the road.
Right.
I'm about to text the person back. All of a sudden, boom! Somebody driving like, I don't even know where this person came from, driving like 70, 80 miles an hour, crashes head on into the rear of my car, crushes my whole car in half. My car flies up into the air, flips over, lands it in the person's front lawn.
Oh my Lord.
Total. I mean, my trunk was literally pushed into my front seat. I mean, it was crazy, man. It was so scary. I can't tell you. Anyway, I was shaking, and I didn't even know where I was, it sounded like an atomic bomb went off, and the person in the house came outside, and I said, "Please, can you give me your address, please? I have to call 911." I actually climbed out somehow. I managed to get out of the car. It was crazy, man.
Wow.
They had the jaws of life come because they didn't know, like, if anyone got killed, whatever. I'm crying because I basically, this car I had was a 2010 Mazda 6 with a Japanese powertrain, and it lasted forever. And I just replaced the transmission.
It's always like that. You dropped like $3,000, $4,000 into it, didn't you?
That's exactly what I did. Yep. I replaced the radiator, the water pump, the transmission. What a joke, man.
Yep. Yeah. I had just spent like $2,000 on my Volvo, like fixing, like doing like, I don't know, it was like timing belts, some like, pricey stuff because I was taking really damn good care of it. And then this idiot runs a stop sign. Oh, Maron. Donna. Oh my God.
The worst thing is that, like, I got, I didn't even have enough money to drive back to my apartment. I had to have the cops drive me back.
Oh,
it was like a whole nightmare. Then I couldn't even afford to get into another car. I had to wait 2 months for State Farm Insurance to give me like $5,600, which was a joke. I couldn't even get into like the same kind of car. So luckily I had like an ex-boss of mine co-sign on a loan to get me into another car. But anyway, now I have, the best part, I have back problems now. I have herniated discs. I'm limping. And listen to this.
Yeah.
The guy that hit me.
Yeah.
He just ran away. He left the car there totaled. His car ran away.
Really?
Into the night. I could hear him yelling, "Oh my God, oh my God." The guy was like this little, I don't know, 59-year-old guy. I didn't really see him.
They found him though, right? I mean, they found him, right? I mean, they found the culprit.
Well, I don't know. Wait, the best part is the guy had no car insurance. Yeah. And the car he was driving was his deceased father's car his father died in March 2024, and he was driving his father's car. I had to go down for a lineup at the precinct. They know who he was, but I couldn't really ID him 100%. Like, I picked him out with somebody else.
Well, you were dazed, and it was 2 a.m.
Right, but I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, though, but they knew who he was from his license, and I don't know. I don't know what they did with him because I couldn't be a witness in court because I couldn't 100%, say it was him kind of thing.
I'm sorry, Donna.
It's a total nightmare, really.
It is. I know. You never quite get over it. Every time, I bet you're the same as me. If you ever go past there again, it's all you think about. And every time I go past the intersection, which is like 12 times a week, 20 times a week I go past where this accident happened. I always have it in the back of my mind. Thank you, Donna. Happy Thanksgiving. There's stuff to be grateful for sure. We haven't crossed that, and we haven't really done that tonight. I'm talking about what are you grateful for? Let's see. 1-800-848-9222. No, I took my break, right? I took our break, didn't I? Okay, I did. Okay, sorry. Let's get over to is Angela back? I think she's back. I saw her just pop up. Okay, yeah, let's go to line 3. Angela, she wanted to switch it up and talk about something. What's up, Angela? Sorry we missed you.
Hi. I don't know what just happened.
That's okay. You're back. Hello, love.
Sorry about that.
No, don't apologize.
Oh my God, I was just cracking up when you were talking about. Did you ever see the movie My Cousin Vinny when she was talking about what was it? When she was
about the suspension or something like that on a 72 whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about car accidents and stuff, and I was starting to get depressed.
Oh no! Okay, so you wanted to talk about something else. Don't get depressed.
Well, I could tell you a couple of car accidents I had.
But that's going to make you more sad.
Well, a drunk driver hit us when we were coming back from a wedding. We were at a stoplight, and this drunk we had this huge Cadillac. Thank God we all survived.
Oh my God. Boy, your Long Island accent is really kicking in right now, by the way. As soon as your accent is really kicking in. It's like when you started, you didn't sound very Long Island, but then when you just said, "Oh my God, we survived," all of a sudden, Angela from Long Island just came exploding out of your mouth. Go on. Okay.
I moved to Boston, right? And I got a job at TGI Fridays, and we were all introducing ourselves. And as soon as I started talking, I said, "Hi, I'm Angela from Long Island." Everybody started laughing.
It's perfect.
We know you're from Long Island.
So what are you doing up right now? Why are you up and on the phone with me? What are you doing tonight? Why are you up?
I stay up this late listening to Lionel.
Do I sound like Lionel? Do I sound like? I think I sound a lot like him, don't I?
Yeah, you both have like a little whiny voice.
A little whiny voice? How dare you, Angela? Now the fellas are laughing at me.
No.
How dare you? It's not whiny, it's intense. I'm not whiny, I'm intense.
I love it.
How dare you?
I absolutely love it. See, listen.
Yeah.
You just said something about my Long Island accent.
I know. Okay, you're right. Tit for tat. Yeah.
Are they really laughing right now?
Yes, they were. They were laughing because you said you both have little whiny voices. It's so funny. I hope my wife hears this too. She'll love that. But you know, Angela, I can't tell you how many times, sweetheart, I can't tell you how many times in my life I've had people think that I'm a woman on the phone. It happens all the time.
No, you don't sound like a woman.
No. You know when I call customer service. Every time I end up, well, you know what? Maybe I sound like a woman in India. Cause when or the Philippines. When they pick up the phone in the Philippines, they're like, or in India, they're like, I'm sorry. Yeah, in India, when I'm calling customer service and I have to complain about, you know what, Angela, I gotta go. It's the top of the hour. I got a commercial. I gotta go. I love you, Angela. We'll be right back, everybody.
It's Another Side of Midnight, 77 WABC. This is Another Side of Midnight
with TJ McCormack.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
All right, gang, here we are. We are back. Good morning, family. It is 7 minutes past the hour on another side of midnight here on the Red Apple Audio Networks. TJ McCormack coming to you from the beautiful Midtown Manhattan. Here on a Sunday morning. Just real quick, I want to say a proper goodbye to Angela. So really, let's go to line 3. That was a car wreck in itself, trying to say goodbye to you. It was like we crashed into the top of the hour. Ange.
Oh, but I'm here.
I know you're there, sweetheart. I know you wouldn't leave.
Thank you.
I know you wouldn't leave. I know you wouldn't leave.
I didn't know if you hung up on me or not.
No, I would not. I would not hang up on you. What do you do for a living? What do you do?
I'm not working right now. I'm disabled.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I got a really bad back.
From the accident?
No, I had back surgery when I was younger, and now it's
Lord.
worse.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then I got pushed against the wall, and I had 2 broken vertebrae.
Oh, my Lord!
Messed up.
Jeez, Ange.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What are you doing for Thanksgiving? What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm going. My friend invited me to his sister's house. Mm-hmm. For Thanksgiving, so that's good. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. What's your favorite movie?
Oh, my
I like
gosh.
you, Angela. I like you, Angela.
I like you, too. You got a very cute laugh.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. See, it's adorable. Well, I went to school for film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Long Island University, yeah.
Oh, you're the LIU, hold on a minute, I know their name, I know the mascot, what are they, it's a bird, it's a bird, isn't it a bird?
I don't know a mascot, I don't know.
Anyway, so you went to school for film, for like production?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, producing, writing, yeah, but I never did anything with it. Yeah.
Oh, you should have.
Well, I'm not dead yet.
Ah, there you go. No, I mean, so
I like writing.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been known to write every now and then. That's cool. So have you written anything? Have you ever taken a shot at it?
Yeah, I write it, but nothing's gotten produced yet. Do you know anybody who can help me with that?
Yeah, actually, you know what you do? Are you on Twitter? Are you on X or Twitter? Well, go over to X, Twitter, whatever the hell it is these days. And find me, go to @TJ McCormack, and then we can direct message and I can give you my best advice.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I'll tell you. Why not?
Because I have a really great story, but I need someone to help me write it.
Okay. All right. I can give you tips. I can give you like writing tips. I got you. Well, I don't know if I don't know if I can ultimately make that happen for you, but I can point you in the right direction.
And you'll remember me?
Yeah. How the hell do I not remember Angela from Long Island? All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Do you want to hear a funny story about an accident?
You know what? Do me a favor. Let's do that on after Thanksgiving, okay? Because I want to make sure I get to everybody else. I normally don't come back.
You want to go?
I have to go, sweetheart. I have to go. Our time together this morning is over.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You have a happy Thanksgiving, Angela. I hope you keep feeling better.
Long Island enough?
You sound very Long Island. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Bye, love.
Bye.
Bye, honey. There we go. Love that damn song. There we go. All right. Let's get over to, boy, we got it's like a tie between these two. Let's go to Tony in Clifton. Tony.
Hi there.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Tony? All the ladies this evening. This is nice. I like hearing from the women.
I know. We liked Angela, too. She was a lot of fun to listen to.
Wasn't she cute? She's a doll.
I hope she calls back.
Me too. I want her to call back and tell me a funny story about an accident after Thanksgiving. It'll be good for next Saturday morning. What's on your mind, Tony?
So I always have a palate cleanser for you, right?
Yes, you do. Always with the sherbet. Tony delivers the sherbet.
So, I love the food around the holidays. And, that's what makes holidays special, except all these other things happen on holidays, too, besides the food. And growing up, we always had food fights around the holidays. Like, every time we would have the best part of the meal, someone would get into a fight. And you really, learned how to just ignore it, which is amazing. Because except for one year, my cousin threw the linguine up in the air, and we weren't going to go back and get it. That was a barbecue he did that for. But anyway, this trend always continued for me. And so in 2020, on New Year's Day, I went to church. And then I did like a little joyride, like you were saying. I went to the dollar store, which was probably sacrilegious, but I went to the dollar store and came back.
Right.
And of course, I'm in Clifton, and I took Allwood Road and heading back home, and I was, let's see, it's 2 lanes, so, and then 1 lane on each side. So I passed the diner, all is well.
Right.
I didn't get anything to eat, but I thought, oh, look, there's a diner. And that's the last thing I remember, because within a second or two of the diner, this little delivery truck from Noche de Colombia made a left-hand turn, and it was such a small truck, and we were going slow, so it really did a little damage to my car. But the best part about it was that I love Noche de Colombia food. I think it's amazing.
Oh my God, you're so funny. Oh my God. So did the truck spill anything, or did they offer you some free food?
So he said, he was so nice, TJ. He said, I'm sorry, it was my fault. And I looked at him and I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm looking at the truck and I'm like, can I ask him what he has in there? And of all the Colombian restaurants, Noche de Colombia is one of the most common, and they're all over. I don't know if they're in the city, but I love their dessert. It's called the tres leches.
Oh, the tres leches cake. I think they must use like 3 milks in that.
It's 3 milks.
That's a guess.
And it's just, you have that after your meal. And you just
it's so light and refreshing.
You just suck it all up and you ask for another one.
I know. It's like, let me have tres leches. I need that. I want a total of 9 leches in my body.
But nothing spilled out of the truck. And the other thing, I would always go to Noche de Colombia before COVID. I was always there, in Englewood and different parts of Jersey. And the breakfast is amazing with the Colombian sausages and everything.
You know what? Let me ask you this, Tony. Have you ever had, and I think they're a recent addition to the food palette wheel recently in the metropolitan area. There's a lot of Peruvian restaurants popping up.
Oh, really?
And Peruvian food is phenomenal. And I tell you what, my wife and I went to a concert at MetLife Stadium in back at the end of August, and we parked at that crazy American Dream Mall, that massive mall on the Turnpike, and we went into the mall to have dinner. And there's a big Peruvian restaurant in there, nicest people, the nicest restaurant, packed, and the food came out quick. Let me tell you something. Peruvian food is it's because the different immigration that happened to in Peru over the years. Their food is a fusion of Asian, Hispanic, and German, of all things. They've got
a palate thing.
It's nuts. It's like Chinese, schnitzel. With plantains and it's an incredible mix. the most amazing. I got to get them to sponsor this damn show. That's what I got to do. I got to get that restaurant. Yes?
TJ, did you get dessert?
I got tres leches. Damn it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
no,
I know.
I never had Colombian food until I dated my first, person I dated who was Colombian, which was, as I got older, it wasn't as a youngster because we were all Italian. And
was this a man that you dated?
Yes.
Why did you say a person? The first person you did?
I know. I didn't say illegal though.
Yeah. Oh, you're so funny.
Legal person. No, this is like before, we had the mass illegals
I got
coming
you.
in.
So you got to think, you got to think for Latin men, huh?
I went through that, but it's passed now with all the illegal issues. I just go get the food and have it delivered. But could you imagine that truck hit me? And I was so nice to the guy. Yeah. I'm like, it's all right. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to make sure I don't have a concussion.
Right, yeah,
but
do that.
I didn't think
make sure you
to
do
say,
that.
can I have something on your truck?
Well, maybe because you had a concussion. Tony, for you to not mention the Tres Leches cake, you must have had a concussion. Tony, I got to jump, love. I got to jump. I got to get over to Jeffrey. Goodbye, love. Happy Thanksgiving to you, darling. It's 4:18. I got to take a break. When we come back, we got Joaquin, Pete, Rick, and Jeffrey. And we'll talk to all y'all. And you, give a call, 1-800-848-9222, right here on the Red Apple Audio Networks.
All night long, this is Another Side of Midnight
with TJ McCormack.
77 WABC. It's Another Side of Midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormack.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
You want to find my wife? Actually, I'll tell you what. You want to find my wife's song? See if you can look up it's the letter I and the number 5. I cannot imagine. Are you looking in the 77 library? I can't imagine it's in there. That's the artist. She was in a girl group. You can definitely find it online. The letter I and the number 5. I-5 is the name of the group. I-5 Girl Group is how it pops up. And you can find any one of those. Yeah, my wife was in a pop group back in the 90s and 2000s, and she toured with NSYNC. My wife is personal buddies with NSYNC. Yes, including Justin. 1-800-848-9222. Yes, we're talking a little bit about family here. My family, my wife. Good boy, you talk about marrying up. Yowza. Boy, did I marry up. Yes, my wife is she's a triple threat, my wife. She's a singer, dancer, actress. And she knows how to sing harmony. She knows how to find the lower third. She knows how to do the upper pop and the obity boop. And she knows how to sing harmony and 2-part harmony, 3-part harmony. She knows all that stuff. And I pretend to know how to sing harmony. And when I attempt to sing, drives her out of her flipping mind. We'll be in the car, and I do it just to make her just go batty. She want to jump out the damn car when I start doing that to her. It's really funny. So let's see. Where are we going to go? Who's been waiting? Hey, D, who to do? Ababop. Let's get over to, Jeffrey in Queens on line 4. Good morning, Jeffrey.
Good morning, TJ.
Hello there. How are you?
Hello, sir.
Hi.
I nodded off. I missed a couple of your points. So you have to go to the archives. But
yes.
Let me first, finish business. Last week when I was doing You Rook Marvelous,
yeah.
I did not, and you said, Jeffrey, you went to, when I said Rook, you went to the racist Chinese thing. I did.
That was so funny. That was so funny.
I'm not, right. I'm not that way. But
no.
It was nice of you to point that out thinking I was. It shows your goodwill right there.
Of course. Well, no, I wasn't chiding you I was almost rooting you on. I was like, hey, that was a great racist Asian thing. I thought it was funny.
I didn't feel like you were rude to me. I felt like you were being critical, which I agree with you.
Not at all. Nope.
Anyway,
Yes,
I went
sir.
to the videotape.
Yes.
I went to Billy Crystal on YouTube,
Yes.
and I realized the emphasis is not on the word look. It's very, I'm not an actor by profession,
Right.
but I learned by watching it over and over. I learned you just say Rook, and then you go into the big marvelous.
Marvelous. Marvelous. It's better to look good than to feel good, my friend.
Right. And in the Spanish culture language, there is that scene from Get Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when she goes? What's her name? The actress.
Yeah. Oh, for crying out loud! Yeah, she was in Pulp Fiction and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When she visits the
Uma
whorehouse.
Thurman.
When she goes to the whorehouse, and there's that scene that Spanish actor plays a scene where he kept saying, what she wants to know is where's Bill, and he keeps saying, so you want to know where's Bear? Where's Bear? Where's Bear? So they do. There is a case where
Interesting.
So, number two.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
On Radar Love, and that woman who objected.
Isn't that funny? Yeah, she doesn't like the song.
But
that was cute.
Back in the early 90s, I would go to hit the clubs on Bleecker Street and see cover bands do songs. I ran into one cover band. They were so good. The guys had 30-year careers with the guitar player, with Billy Joel, with Joe Jett. They were, I stumbled upon by pure luck a great band. Anyway, they did Radar Love so well.
Right.
Maybe you could say any band playing a song live is better than the record from 30 years ago.
Sure.
50 years ago. But they did it so well. I think many covers so well. I thought I was hearing an original song. Okay. I was so blown away.
That's interesting.
So moved. Okay. And last thing, Thanksgiving memories. And self-righteous young people. I was a 17-year-old, 16-year-old self-righteous young person. So I remember spouting something about the Indians getting a bad deal in this country, and I was propagandized by some left wing. Anyway, I couldn't say the word. I didn't know what the word sovereignty really meant, but I remember I was brainwashed to say that word.
Oh, sure.
Right. So the Indians didn't get sovereignty, and there I am being so self-righteous, saying a word. I don't even know how to say the word or what it means.
Right.
So it's just the issue of that's been going on with young people being self-righteous and woke. And now we use the word woke, and now I'm still. If there's a political disagreement, I don't try to change somebody.
Right.
I mean,
it just is what it is. I hate to be cliche and say, we're going to have to agree to disagree, but sometimes you just got to walk away from it. It's all about boundaries.
Let me see. I lost my. Here's my point. In my family, which was as small as possible, a conservative uncle, liberal parents. Guess what? After 20 years of fighting at the Thanksgiving table, after that, we said, you know what? No more Thanksgiving. No more family Thanksgiving dinners. We'll visit different times of the year. There's no point in having this ugly fighting on this special day.
Can't do it. Jeffrey, thank you so much, Pally. Great to hear from you as always. Thank you. 1-800-848-9222. And I'm gonna throw a flag in the ground here for next. So I'm gonna put a pin in the map for this. Next week, I've got a theory. Next Saturday morning, all right? I'm working on this. I've got two things I'm working on for next Saturday morning. I've got I'm going to come back to this next Saturday morning. I've got a theory. About the future of Santa Claus. Got a theory about Santa Claus. All right. So hold on to that little notion. And I'm also preparing something for you that has to do with the future of the relationship between Mamdani and Trump. This is my wife's girl group from the 2000s. This is a song called Cinderella by I-5. My wife is in this group. Okay. wanna be like Cinderella. She toured with Britney Spears. She toured with NSYNC. They toured with they were on tour. They with what's his name? Well, she knows Justin. No. Whatchamacallit? They did a couple of like big like festival concerts with what's his name from Funky Cole Medina. Tone Loc. Yeah, she was hanging out with Tone Loc. Yeah. 5 girls from all over the world. England, Israel, the United States, Mexico, and the Philippines. Catchy stuff, right? I don't want to be like Cinderella. Catchy stuff. This is classic bubblegum pop. And if you see, there's a song there called Distracted. And Distracted, it was a top 40 hit. They hit number 23 on the charts with Distracted. And it's funny, it's so 90s, 2000s. There's references to MTV and there's all these references to cultural stuff kicking around back then. Crazy times for the McCormacks. And she was we were married, but it wasn't good for business for the girls to be married. I think 2 of them are married. And Andy had to like pretend to not. I used to answer her fan mail. I used to get the emails and like answer her emails and stuff like that. But yeah, she wouldn't let on that she was married so that the boys would be fans and stuff. Oh, all the time. This was their hit. Got up to like number 23 on the charts. That's right. I'm married to this. Lying in bed. I think about love. I get distracted. Tell me this wouldn't be a hit at any time. You got me in a daze. La la. Oh yeah? You figured out who she is? Okay. All right. Enough indulging in my wife's music and what makes me cooler than the average dude. Because I get to be married to that. Okay, let's see. Let's go to, oh my goodness, Pete in New Jersey. Pete! Hello there!
Hi, TJ. I've always heard that you have a lot of academic-minded people that listen to you. I've always known that. Mm-hmm. And for the whole Thanksgiving season, my contribution, it's very sublime. It's for the academic-minded people to look and investigate, look into.
Okay, I've got my pen out. Go ahead. I'll do it too. Go ahead.
It's very sublime now. It is the most explanatory, profound, single speech ever made on the face of the earth to humankind. Okay. And it is recorded in the New Testament, but it did not come from the mouth of Jesus. It came from the mouth of his mother, Mary, and it is known as the Canticle of Mary the Magnificat, and it's meant to be sublime. It's very sublime, but yet it's the single most profound single speech ever made to humankind.
How long is it?
It is about 4 paragraphs long, yet...
And where do we find it? Where do we find it in the Bible?
You find it in Luke. It's about chapter 4. And ironically enough, nobody even knows about it. And all the Bible speakers never so much as mention it. They skip right over it, which I find to be very educational.
Wow.
Yet yet I see it. I'm not the only one. I see it as the most explanatory and profound single speech ever made.
Yeah. You know what, Pete? You know who I bet would know this? You know who I bet would know what you're talking about? And I'm going to look into it so when I come back next week, I will have read this. But I bet you 5 will get you 10. Dollars to donuts. Lionel. I bet. Now, I don't want to put him on the spot, but I've got a feeling that Lionel would not only know exactly what you're talking about, he'd be able to make some reference to something else in the Bible that see, he's that kind of smart.
You know what's about Lionel? I think Lionel is scared to death of religion. That's my opinion.
But it doesn't mean he doesn't know about it. Anyway, Pete, thank you so much there, brother. Let's go to Joaquin, my buddy. Hey there, Joaquin.
Good morning, TJ.
Good morning.
Hey, tonight I did Radar Love tonight in karaoke.
Hey, cool. I hope they appreciated it.
Oh, yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Nice.
So, as a matter of fact, okay, now Patterson, New Jersey has a claim to fame.
Oh, what's that?
And that the first revolvers that Sam Colt made were in Patterson, New Jersey, and they were called the Colt 1836 Patterson revolver.
Wow.
So I'm a big fan of Sam Colt and his products.
I bet you everybody probably thought that was the name of the designer that worked for Colt and not the town of Patterson.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no, it was Patterson, New Jersey.
Wow. Interesting.
So, yeah. Hey, you know what? You can call the other side of midnight the side of the geriatric and infirmed. How's that? So, anyway, it was funny you were saying I have one of those Dodge Ram trucks for my wife.
Yeah.
I bought it for my wife.
Uh-huh.
And, that thing is fast. It's got the Hemi, and I love the thing, man. And then a little bit of it,
So do people drive them kind of slow because they're all torqued out because they rev really high? Is that why people tend to drive them slow?
The ones that you see, do they have big tires on them?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Those guys they're set up for off road, and that may very well possibly be. I mean, mine we haul ass with that thing.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you don't take your time for anybody.
Well, I'm getting older now. My judgment's not what it used to be, but let's put it this way. The northeast extension of the turnpike for me to go to work, its speed limit was 70, 80, 90 miles an hour, no problem. Cops wouldn't bother you,
Oh, back in the day, huh?
Yeah, back in the day, and also, too, I want to make a suggestion for your daughter.
Yes.
And I'm very impressed when you tell me about her.
Yes.
You should get her a Jeep Wrangler.
You know what?
And then she can get accessories and she can check it up.
Yeah, I tell you, I did run that by her because there were some pretty nice and solid and safe used ones around our way. And she just, it just didn't float her boat. She just didn't want I was really surprised. I thought for sure. And she just didn't. I know exactly what you're saying and all those different things you can do to them and trick them out and have fun with it. But, she didn't want to go for it, interestingly. And then
also safety-wise, it has a roll bar in it, too,
Yeah,
so,
I know.
I mean, I have one of those. I love it. But, I actually wanted to put a good word in for the guy that Mike doesn't like, Russ.
Uh-huh.
Russ happens to be a big fan of mine, actually.
Oh,
I
really?
live rent-free in his mind. As a matter of fact, he called Rita the other day, and he happened to bring me up in the conversation.
Oh, my God. I heard. I actually heard that reference. I heard what you were talking about. I was listening.
And I would actually like to set him straight sometime, because he obviously is African-American, and he just does not understand how, Islam affected the African-Americans. They were the ones who put them into slavery, and the slave trade in Africa was much bigger than it was, here.
That is an interesting thing. That is an interesting thing that in the last few years, that's really come front and center, that reference. And, Russ is not welcome on this show, as a matter of fact. So he's
like the old John Lennon song goes, and Yoko's song, give Russ a chance.
Oh, God. No, he had his chance. Thank you, Joaquin. Love you, brother. Happy Thanksgiving. And, best to your wife as well, and, the whole family. 1-800-848-9222. Let's go to, do I want to take this call? I'm going to get the heebie-jeebies. I'm going to get the mother-loving heebie-flipping jeebies. All right, Rick on line 3. Damn it.
Well, isn't that great? I love it.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It's such a wonderful, warming thing.
Yeah, right?
Thanks a lot. And anyway, before I get to
the unpleasantries.
The tradition, yeah. Well, what's unpleasant about a raccoon family wishing you a happy Thanksgiving?
Oh, my God.
Their name is Raccoonies because they're Italian raccoons.
Oh, the Raccoonies.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
They exhibit classic Italian behavior. When they're talking to each other, you think they're arguing. When they eat a classic Mediterranean diet, rich in nuts, fruits, and vegetables.
Funny.
And they get a rap right from the beginning, just because of who they are and what they look like.
See, okay.
They got to be Italian. You know?
All right, and they do use their hands when communicating. Right. So there we go.
Yeah, they're the only animal I know that can give you the finger.
Oh, anyway. Nice.
Anyway, there was a tradition that used to be in our family. Unfortunately, it went away when my grandmother died. But we had an Italian grandmother that could not say pumpkin pie. It was always pungala. Pungla. Pungala pie.
Is that Italian for pumpkin?
No.
Oh.
She just couldn't pronounce the...
Oh, that's so cute. Pungala pie. Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah, like South Orange Avenue was Syringa Avenue, you know. Anyway, so it was a classic. We had to get Grandma to say pungala pie or it wasn't Thanksgiving.
Oh, cute.
And we would try to chide her all during dinner. Grandma, what are we having for dessert? You know what we're having? We have every year. No, Grandma, tell her. And eventually she would say, we're having pungala pie. And the whole table would cheer, and then it was Thanksgiving.
Nice.
That was our Thanksgiving tradition. To get
I love that.
Pungala pie.
That's sweet. I dig that. That's nice, Rick. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. And listen, happy Thanksgiving.
The raccoons, they like you. They listen to your voice when I'm walking around out there with you.
And they think it's a woman, just like people. Thank you, buddy. Hey, listen, happy Thanksgiving. And, really, I look forward to talking to everybody after Thanksgiving and, commiserating. I want to hear the follow up on some of these. And, if anybody ends up having any issues. And so again, for just as a little teaser for next week, I've got a little notion about an idea for the future relationship as it comes together. I think we can imagine what's ahead for Trump and Mamdani. So I'm working on a little something for that for Saturday morning after Thanksgiving. Oh, and by the way, too, if anybody is so inclined, and I would imagine you're all inclined right now, a lot of you are probably reclined, laying there, listening to me and enjoying the dulcet tones of TJ. But Wednesday on I'll be on Fox and Friends doing my annual visit with I'm not just on once a year, but annually I do I present the top political turkeys of the year, and 2025 no exception. So this Wednesday, I don't have the exact time. I'll post it on X when they give me a time that I'll be on. But I'll be on Fox and Friends this Wednesday doing the top political turkeys of 2025. You know, it's basically kind of, what were they thinking, kind of stuff. And Karine Jean-Pierre is like the reigning champion of the political turkeys for me. She, like, every year she was there, she featured in my list, and without fail. Yep, exactly. And that's kind of, if you closed your eyes and listened to Karine Jean-Pierre, that's pretty much what she sounded like. Just gobbledygook. Gobble. Get it? Gobbledygook. I'll have to remember that line for Wednesday morning. So this coming Wednesday morning, I'll be on, Fox News in the morning, Fox and Friends. In the meantime, actually, I did want to, see, are you there, Alexa? Alexa, I'm sorry, not Alexa. Oh, I just turned on everybody's speaker at home. Sorry. I should do that as a practical joke to everybody. Everybody listening out loud and without their headphones in. Alexa, play Talking Heads. Alexa, play Talking Heads. If anybody fell asleep with their radio on, now their Alexa.
Play Talking Heads.
No, not you. Not you. No, honey. No. Shh. No. I just wanted to check in with you, Erica. It's been a while. I'm sorry. I accidentally called you Alexa.
Not to worry. It's completely understandable.
Oh.
It's good.
Thank you. Do you have any plans for Thanksgiving?
As an AI, I don't have personal plans or celebrate holidays in the same way humans do, but I'm here to help you with any information you might need related to Thanksgiving. Are you planning a gathering?
Yeah, we're going to have a couple of people over. I really don't talk to my sister, but I'm sorry. I just let the cat out of the bag. Anyway, I'm just wondering, do you have any fun facts about Thanksgiving that I could share with the audience, or that you could share with the audience, sweetheart?
Certainly. Here's a fun fact to share. The original Thanksgiving feast didn't include the things we often associate with it today, like pumpkin pie or even turkey. Would you like to hear?
Yes, please tell me what did the original Thanksgiving menu include?
Any more interesting facts?
Yes, please.
Well, historical accounts suggest it likely included things like cod and sea bass, as well as deer, fowl, maize, and various vegetables. Would you like to know about any other Thanksgiving traditions?
No, but that did sound like the lineup of callers at any given moment. We could have deer, fowl. Okay, sorry. Anyway, yes. Give me one other really interesting fact about Thanksgiving. Wait. Say it with a different accent.
Right then. So another interesting fact is that the American Thanksgiving holiday actually began as a day of fasting, not a feast. Would you like to hear how that changed?
No, that's okay. I'm kind of bored now. I used to be so turned on by you, but now you're just kind of, I don't know. You're changing. You're very academic. You used to be a little bit more fun.
I'm sorry to hear that you feel that way. I'm always learning and striving to be more engaging. Is there anything else I can do to assist you today?
Can you giggle?
I can certainly demonstrate a giggle. Would you like me to do that for you?
Oh, my goodness, yes.
All right. Here is a giggle for you. Giggles. Was that better?
It was okay. All right, everybody. We'll talk to Erica after Thanksgiving. Erica, happy Thanksgiving, love. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. I hope you have a wonderful time with your gathering and that the turkey is delicious. Is there anything else I can help you with before you go?
Yes. Can you please send us to a break? Can you please say we'll be right back on Another Side of Midnight with TJ McCormack?
All night long. This is Another Side of Midnight
with TJ McCormack.
77 WABC. It's Another Side of Midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormack.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
Let's see, it's 53 minutes past. Let's see if we can say hi to everybody before the show ends. Let's get to Marcia in California has something very nice to say. She goes first. Marcia, good morning.
Hi, you are the best I got.
Oh, you are as sweet as pecan pie on Thanksgiving afternoon. You are lovely.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, love. Thank you. You just made my weekend. That really is very sweet of you. Very kind. Happy Thanksgiving, love.
You too.
Bye-bye, honey. All right, there goes Marcia in California with her very kind words. Let's now go to Sean in Boston. Sean.
Hello, TJ. I feel the room shaking and the
beans are baking. Baked beans. Boston baked beans. Sean. Oh.
TJ.
Hello there, booby.
Hello. TJ, baby. Listen, man.
Yeah.
When Danny went into the Oval Office, he jumped up on the desk and he kissed Trump.
There we go. All right. Let's go to Brian on Long Island. Hello there, Brian.
Mr. McCormack.
Hello there, sir.
Congratulations on your hot wife. I assume you have a Facebook radio.
Yes, I do. I have you know what? I'm better looking now. And I'm saying this with all humility. Can you imagine?
I believe.
Hold on, Brian, can you imagine? I just said the phrase, I'm better looking now, and I interrupted myself to say, with all humility. But seriously.
Why you got turned on by Alexa and asked you to giggle. That was the weirdest 10 minutes in my car in a while.
Wasn't that weird? Honestly, I could see, dude, I could see where like Looney Tunes are like having relationships with their AIs. That's clear as day.
Oh,
right?
That's what we're here for, is to fix those people, because yikes.
I know.
That's our job, right?
I guess so. Or at least expose them. Hey, by the way, so I'm sorry. So what do you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about Cuomo and Mamdani and how, but we don't have time for that. I can't.
Well, you know what, Brian? I know what, you set me up perfectly. You're like Johnny Carson. You set me up perfectly. You know, they're saying that Cuomo wants to fill Gerald Nadler's seat, so he's been eating 5 times a day at Katz's Deli. Hey!
Yeah. I think it's insane that he was hung from a tree 4 years ago.
Yep.
That he's coming in second place for a mayorship is absolutely insane.
It really is. It is. Well, that guy, look, man, his narcissism came through loud and clear. That guy thought he was going to just waltz in. And look, frankly, so did I at the beginning. I thought he was going to waltz in and just take the primary. I had no idea what was behind Mamdani when all that started.
Well, I'm going to get hung up on, but it's obviously ridiculously fake, right? Mm-hmm. Joe Biden did not get the most votes in the history of America. It's insane to think that.
No way. I agree with you.
It's all absolutely fake. This Muslim communist guy, it's hilarious. And a guy that all logical minds can say could possibly have intentionally killed hundreds of thousands of elderly people in 2020. And he didn't go down for that. He left over being weird. Everyone's weird. They're all weird. Murder is the problem. It's not the weird. I don't want that. I want you hung, not running for mayor next year.
Yeah. No, I hear you, buddy. I know.
It's this job and try and go to the next one. You've got to go.
It is weird. It is. The people are weird. It's dodgy. It's dicey. It's suspicious. All of it. It absolutely is. And, yeah, man. So,
as much as I like Sliwa's fantastic, but come on, man, he's a cartoon.
I know, dude. I know. Hey, listen, I got to jump, Brian. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's get over to, all right, we're going to have to do a real lightning round here. Dr. Anthony, real quick, buddy. How's Melissa?
Melissa's fine, TJ. I just want you to know, we want you to have wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving with God's graces, you and your lovely family.
Thank you.
And I want you also to know that I feel the heat. You got these lovely ladies on the radio,
I know,
and they're
right?
vying for my position. My position is the top fan. You understand?
I tell you what, Angela kind of slipped in there this morning with that cutie thing going on. She's a doll. I'm rooting for Angela. I'm really rooting for her. I hope she feels better soon. Thank you, Anthony. Happy Thanksgiving. And I don't want to cut myself off before I go to Mike, at the end of the show, but I just want to make sure everybody listen. My entire life is based on trying to live straight and narrow and you know, and to be sober and healthy and all that. And that's all predicated upon gratitude. and being grateful. And it's a bit trite and a bit cliche, but I want to make sure that I stay grateful. I want to let you guys all know I am so grateful for you supporting this show, and Bill and Tony when he's here, and now Yuri, and really grateful for everybody, Mr. Katz and Mr. Lopez and everybody here at 77 WABC that is making this guy's dream come true. Mike, I'm not going to get to you, but I do love you, and I'm grateful for you being here.
It's Another Side of Midnight, 77 WABC.